Legends, welcome back. In our ongoing series of the Mission Possible, this was a request from numerous legends on the FIRE and the lifestyle. Now, first, let me put it out here. This is what I did. This is what me and my wife did for us. Of course, there's just general concepts in it, but if I'm get to the nuts and bolts, it's really was what me and my wife did for us in order to FIRE, and which is financial intelligence and retire early. Okay, let's go. One paycheck living. That's me and my wife working as a team. There's supposed to be L7 there as well. Passive income, real estate, crypto, risk capital, budgeting, and the programs that we've used. M squared, E squared. Living life and staying focused. One paycheck only. The entire time of my military career and my wife's military career, we only lived on one income. I was a higher rank, so we used my paycheck. And what my paycheck covered was the mortgage payment. Now, this is depending, even if we lived on base or off base. The only time we ever lived on base was in Germany. Everywhere else we lived on the economy, and we had a house. So I would cover the mortgage, the electric, the water, the cable, the internet, insurance. Man, anything like that was mine. Then, of course, if I had my truck note or whatever. Then my wife had her paycheck. Her paycheck covered all the extracurricular activities. That's up here where it says the second, which was travel, leisure. If we went on a big travel and cruise or wherever we were going, Disney, leisure, extracurricular activities, especially for the kids. Like when we went to, my daughter was in karate, and then me, my wife, and my son were in Krav Maga. Oh my goodness. She was in gymnastics. So whatever extracurricular activity came up, that's what my wife's check would cover. Anything other than that was going into investments. And when we talked investment, we had our TSP, which is the thrift savings plan in the military. Of course, on top of that, we already had our military retirement. Now, let me put a note here. I know when it comes to defined benefit programs, which is the military's retirement, I don't have to put anything in, but I get my money out. There's not too many of those left out there, besides for maybe the military and officers, the police officers, and the fire department. Everything else out there, you're going to have to put some money in there in order to get something out. So that's what we did. And that's what we did for the entire 24 years. We were on track. We never stumbled. And when it was time to retire, boom, we retired in 2011, moved to Costa Rica. Bam. Just that easy. Here. Okay. Point 4. Live within your means and not trying to keep up with the Joneses or anyone. I had my Suburban, when we moved to Costa Rica, I bought my Suburban in 2000. That Suburban went from Texas to Arizona for 4 years. Went to Germany. The Air Force paid for my Suburban to go to Germany, which we lived in there for 3 years. Then back to Texas for another 3 years. Then I retired in 2011. Well, 2 years. We came back from Germany in 2009 to 11. Then after that, we moved to Costa Rica. We took the Suburban to Costa Rica, and that was 2014. So I had that Suburban for 14 years, but I was living in Costa Rica. See, that's what I'm saying. It's the focus and the mindset. When we moved to Costa Rica, we didn't do nothing. We had a 4-bedroom condo, 3.5 baths. It was $1,000 a month. That was nothing. We had no HVAC, no heating or air conditioning in there because it wasn't necessary in the Central Valley. It was 75 degrees every single day. We were able to purchase a beach house, which we still own, and we purchased a manzana, which is a couple of acres in San Ramon, Costa Rica. You have to have the proper mindset because you can't be worried about, we got to look like we have money, or every time you get a pay raise, you increase your standard of living. Why? Like I said, I had that same truck for 14 years, and my son, he would tell you, I would see the new Suburbans. Just having the remote control tailgate was a big thing for me, or having the remote control step rails that pop out when you open up the door. I was like, man, because my Suburban didn't have anything because it was a 2000 Suburban. Now that was the third Suburban I've owned. Now I'm on my fourth Suburban, and it's just having the proper mindset. I knew what my focus was. My focus, and you could talk to anybody that was in the military with me. They knew when I retired, I was moving to Costa Rica. That was decided in 2002. That's how focused I was. That's where me and my wife's mindset. We were on the same page from day one. This is a book I recommend you read for the next millionaire next door, because that person living next door to you, yeah, they may be riding that old Corolla or that old beat up Saturn, but they probably got 3 times your income and even more than that in the bank. Don't be fooled by what somebody drives. And then in the book, the author Stanley goes about talking about no outpatient care. And this is raising your kids and ensuring that they are financially sound and then letting them go. Not taking care of their bills when they're full grown. No. No outpatient care. Our kids are full grown. We got one that's 30, 35, 27, 20, and 13. Our kids are all on their own, except for the youngest one and the grandbaby. And then time, energy, and money are the 3 things you need to build wealth. But the biggest thing I want you guys to focus on is trying to survive on one paycheck and then invest the other one. Otherwise, like I say, if you want to work until you're 65 or work forever until you're dead, that's on you. Like I said, hey, it's an individual endeavor. You do what's best for you. I did what was best for my family. And people talk about sacrifice. They don't really understand sacrifice until you're going from your family 8 months. And you miss holidays and birthdays and Valentine's days, anniversaries. So when I try to explain that to my 20-year-old about sacrifices and delayed gratification, you know how it is talking to millennials. It's a whole nother category. But it's the sacrifices that I did for them 24 years was hard, but it was worth it. And then some to be able to live the way we live now. And like I said, I've been retired since 2011 and haven't worked a day since. If you want to call creating MPs, and that's fine. But that's just the way it is. So that's what you have to, once you get together and you sit down and you get the mindset together and then you get the goals and your strategies together for retirement, especially if you're going to retire early, you have to be on the same page. Let me continue. I'll just keep rambling. Working as a team, the goals have to be the same. You can't have a spender and a saver. It got to be a meeting in the middle. And it got to be the same goals. Okay, well, I want to work forever. Well, I only want to work this amount of time. My son, that's 20 now. He said he's never going to work past 25. He can do it. Well, believe me, he got his drip accounts. Believe me, he's on his way. He's a cyber analyst. But it's a matter of sitting down. If it's just you, it's just you. If it's you and your spouse, it's you, and deciding on the same goal. You have to be going in the same direction. Then you get that retirement date. Then you got to figure out your location, the amount needed to retire in that location. Like I said, when we went to Costa Rica in 2002 was the first time we went. And once we got there, after I saw that House Hunters International episode, that was it. We were sold, or said we were retiring here. Then, like I said, so everybody, the legends that know my story, we went down there in 2002. We took our middle 2 kids in 2007, I think it was 7, to Costa Rica while we were still stationed in Germany. Air Force paid for us to fly from Germany to BWI. Then we took a commercial flight from BWI to Costa Rica. Then we came back from Germany in 2009 when my wife was pregnant with our youngest. We decided to have him in Costa Rica. Him being born there, he's a dual citizenship, 2 passports, and he has free medical, free dental, free education from Costa Rica. It didn't give us free citizenship like it does for people in the United States. The other countries in the world, no other country works the way the United States does. It gave us residency, which we had to renew every 2 years. But we ain't going to get into all that other country stuff. But, and that was our goal. We already knew where we were going to go. We already had the funds set up. So that was easy. And just a matter of where we wanted to live. We wanted to live somewhere close to the school because we still had the 2 kids that were in school. And that's what we did. And we were gone. Because when I got the retirement date in January of 11, I retired in March of 11. Then my wife was like, all right, let's go to Costa Rica. I'm like, wait, we thought we were going to move until 2013, until our daughter graduated high school. She was like, nah, you retired, let's go. And we were gone. August, we were on our way. After school was over, we had like 20 bags. All we took were clothes. Everything else the Air Force put in storage for us. And we were gone. That's the way you want to live your life. Like I say, I have no regrets at all. Then the different investment vehicles, stocks, you know how I feel about regular stocks, common stocks versus dividend paying stocks, real estate, crypto, commodities, whatever you're going to have. You guys have to sit together and decide which investments you're going to use, how much you're going to invest, what's the end goal, or how much money you're going to need in order to survive at that particular location. And if you watched MP number 2 of this series, or it may not be out yet, by the time you've watched this one, it'll be out, and it's the relocation one. Enough said. And like I said, you have to go in the same direction. It's a team. It's a partnership. The MSIs is the multiple streams of income. You want income coming from any and everywhere. You just don't want to have that one retirement or just that one income coming in. You want to have them coming in from multiple different streams. You want to have some coming in from your dividend income. Say you're getting $500 a month from your dividends. Your real estate is doing another $1,200 or $2,000 a month. Then you invested in DRIP and it's doing another $1,000 a month. Or you own a business that you can actually leave and go wherever you want to go, and it's doing another couple of $1,000s a month. That's the way you want to do it, besides for your retirement and what other investments you have, and which I even listed here: commodities, gold and silver. You can invest in gold and silver now. So many different things out there: rental income, business income, same direction. Like I say, and you want to turn your streams into rivers. You don't want them to stay small. I'm not going to invest in DRIP and say, okay, well, I just want $100 or $10 a day. Hell no. Every one of you legends know I want $1,000 a day. At $1,000 a day, that's a river. Now, granted, it's not an ocean like Stunner. When Stunner was making $100,000 a day, that's an ocean. But $1,000 a day for me, that I don't need it, that's perfectly fine. That's going from a stream to a river. And now, like I said, now when it comes to DRIP, you have the DRIP faucet. And then you have the other income streams of the other parts of the ecosystem. So if this is you and your spouse or you and your partner, whatever, and you just want to go here, but the other one wants to go here, then you have conflict. You got to be on the same page. You can split it up, whatever structure you want to use, that's what you guys got to do. Passive income, true passive income, which we do in DRIP. All we do when we get up every morning, look, yep, I got my 1%. I want to hydrate a claim. That's passive income. We don't have to do nothing. Technically, we don't even have to push the button that day. You can let it accumulate if you want until Friday and push it once a week, once a month. That's up to you. That's true passive income. Same thing with real estate. Once it's rented out, then you give it to your property manager. That's it. You put AHS on there to take care of the maintenance and everything. If anything breaks, and you go do what you're going to do. Same thing with your dividend stocks. You got your 1,000 shares of old realty. It's paying you whatever dividends per month. Boom. That is passive income. Passive income is not something that you have to go out there and trade time for money. It don't take me but a second to push that claim button. I don't have to do nothing with real estate. Just go to the bank and make sure that the payment, look at my statement or log into the computer or to the phone and look up, yep, we got paid. It's the first of the month. Same thing with the dividend stocks. And you need lifelong money. The last thing you want to do is outlive your money. Well, I got $10,000 to save up for 10 years. Okay, then you live another 30 years. Do you really want to go back to work? Exactly. And like I said, the last thing you want to do is outlive your funds. You want to ensure that you have enough coming in from the different streams of income that you've turned from streams to rivers that's going to last you your lifetime and then some. It's always about the legacy. Risk capital. Oh, I don't know if you can even say much more about this. These are funds you can lose without affecting the family. If the farm is coming in a couple of days, if I want to buy my dogs, I know I have my stash sitting there. I can buy my dogs. I'm not going to take all of the or a big chunk of the retirement funds to buy some dogs. That would affect paying for my mortgage or whatever and things like that. That's not how you operate. It needs to be funds that you've put to the side that specifically, if they were all gone, you'd be fine with. You may be upset, of course. Nobody wants to lose money, but you can function and nothing, your kids wouldn't even know anything happened, or your spouse. It doesn't affect your lifestyle. And it's not the funds you need for your bills or for college and for such things like that. Stack it on the side or DCA it. If you don't have the $100 you need, then okay, then you do $10 a week for the next 10 weeks. Do whatever you got to do. Get in where you fit in. Now, when it comes to budgeting, I am an avid budget person. I can pull out a notebook out of my cube and show you budgets all the way back to when I was still active duty. I just haven't thrown them away. And of course, now I am not endorsing Dave Ramsey because he says some of the dumbest things. Anyhow, his tool, or the Every Dollar wallet, which you can use on your phone or your computer, is one of the best I've seen. Now, before I used for my income statement, I use the Rich Dad Excel spreadsheet, and it does the profit and losses and all that kind of stuff. And it shows your assets and liabilities. But when it comes to budgeting, this is the only app that I've seen that it makes sure that you use every single dollar. If you make $1,000 a month and you have bills that total $800, that other $200 got to have a job. It cannot sit around. It's got to go somewhere. Either got to go to savings, to checking, to investments, or whatever. You have to use every single dollar. That's why the app is so good. It's easy to use. Both of you should know exactly where every single dollar goes. So if it's today's the 12th. If you spend some money on the 3rd of October, do you know where the money went? If you look on your phone and it says you spent $20, do you know where that $20 went? You should know where every single dollar that you have spent for that month has gone and what it did. Did it just fly to the wind? Did it go out and earn you some more money, like an investment? You have to notice, otherwise you're not going to be able to hit your goal. And then at the end of the month, look over the budget as needed, tighten where you can, and stay focused. You have to be focused on the end goal. You can't be deterred. Oh, well, the new shiny object. You can, but you just won't hit your goal on time. You'll end up working longer and harder. This is what the app looks like. So this is just a sample from mine. Each month it pops up. It'll tell you, oh, it's almost time, Mike, to open up your October budget. So you put your incomes in. Then it's, oh, Mike, you got $400 left over. So now I have to go down here and scroll down and say, okay, well, I got $400 left over. Okay, well, I need to do 100 into emergency account, 100 into my granddaughter's drip account, 100 into my, buy $100 worth of silver, and then the other $100 worth of gold. That's what you have to account for every single dollar. It needs to go from this to that. And that's what you have to do every single month. It breaks it down into different categories over here for you on the right. It tells you your total income. It's a really, really great app. I will put the link in the description. You don't have to pay for the premium one. That's on you. The premium one just attaches to your bank account. Then I think it can read the information. I don't allow nobody to mess with my money. I don't want the government messing with it. The last thing I want to do is put some app in there that can read where I spent. No, I know where the money's going. And then I come in here and do it. Like I said, you can have it on your phone. It's a really great app. Let's keep going. So like I said, before, when you're doing it, after, this is what you wanted to say right here. It's an every dollar budget. Every single dollar has been counted for. Everything. Now, this is really important to me too. I learned this a long time ago. Life, well, in the military, when you go and you have to go fight, I went to Desert Shield, Desert Storm. And you join the military, the last thing you think you're going to go to war. I mean, yeah, I know you're probably shaking your head like, Mike, really, you joined the military. But remember, there hadn't been no war since Vietnam, where my dad was. And then when I joined, there still had been nothing. And then, of course, I joined, and poof, here it is, 1991. And it's time to go to Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I was over there 7 months. And we're fighting Hussein. Anyhow, life is short. That's the point. And you have to live life every day like it's your last. You can't, well, I'm gonna. That's not living life. Let me keep going. Make memories and enjoy experiences. That M squared E squared. That is my motto. Besides for engage, my family knows that is what it's about. Because my granddaughter was in the living room, and we're looking at the wall and all the pictures and all of the places that we've been. And I start tearing up because now hopefully I'm going to be here long enough to help put some on the wall with her in those experiences. And that's what it's all about. Like I said, I don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses and all that kind of stuff. But when you meet our kids, or you look at our wall, and we've drove the dune buggies in Dominican Republic. We've raced the camels across the desert in Egypt. We rode the dune buggies in Egypt. We've been to the Great Pyramids of Giza. We've been to the Sphinx. We've been to Acropolis in Greece. We've been to Euro Disney. We've been to Disney in Florida, to Disney in California, to Disney in, like I said, 4 times to Disney in Paris. How many times we've been to the Eiffel Tower? We've been to Notre Dame Cathedral before it burned. Oh my God, we've been all over the place. Everywhere in the Caribbean, Aruba, Curacao, swam in the middle of the ocean in Belize at the Barrier Reef. Yeah, we still have our bucket list of places we want to go, but the memories and the experiences is what the kids, and yeah, that double X is on there because it's twice as good, and experiences at the bottom. That's what the kids remember. The kids don't care about that fancy house or that fancy car. You think your kids going to go to school tomorrow and say, hey, John, Jennifer, oh, my dad got a Ferrari. My dad got a Rolls. My dad got a Lexus. They don't care about that. But you next summer, or you had when school just came back last month, and they went, oh, man, we went down to Belize. Man, we were swimming out there with the stingrays and the Nerf sharks. And then we went paddleboarding, and we swam with the dolphins. And where were we at? We swam with the dolphins in the Cayman Islands. And we have pictures of that in the videos with the dolphin pushing our feet through the water, or us holding onto the fin of the dolphin and giving the dolphin a kiss. Those are the most important things to a kid. Those are the most important thing to me, because my mind has come around. And that's why I'm saying my mindset has been totally different since I've read and listened to these other speakers. You really, really have to figure out what's important. And to me, like I said, this is my life experience. Making memories and enjoying the experiences are the number one thing for me and my wife. Nothing else comes before it. Let me keep going. Make the memories, enjoy the experiences. Like I said, you can't take the money with you, so you might as well enjoy it. You have to protect yourself, and you have to protect your assets. Protecting yourself, of course, is life insurance, and just being safe. My wife wants to jump out of the airplane. I'm not jumping out of the airplane. I'll go do the thing in the tube, and then that's enough for me. And of course, protect your assets. Protect trademarking things, making sure that all your legal protections you need. And our goal is to leave a legacy. If you've heard my story before about why everything that we own is legacy, we have Legacy 7 crypto, of course. We have Legacy 7 funding, which is business funding, real estate funding, and personal funding. We have Legacy 7 consultants, which is personal credit repair, credit restoration, and all that, and credit consulting. And of course, we have Legacy 7 University. Everything is Legacy 7. And the reason everything is a 7 is because all of our birthdays are in July. And there's 7 years between me and my wife. There's 7 years between all of our kids. Don't ask us how that happened. It just happened like that. And 7 is our number. So everything is Legacy 7. And me and my wife, when we sat and did our goals, was to ensure that we leave enough for 7 generations. So from me and my wife, 7 generations. From my kids, 7 generations. From the grandbaby, 7 generations. Everybody's mission is to leave enough for 7 generations. Not for me and my wife to leave it and then it's gone after 2. No. And then that also comes into showing them how to take care of it, showing them how to grow it. That's really, really important. Because we pass on, the kids need to know, okay, how do we take care of Legacy 7 crypto? Dad died, tomorrow. How do I get to his drip? They have to know all of that stuff. Or how they're going to take care of our real estate here. How they're going to take care of the real estate in Ohio. How they're going to take care of our real estate in Costa Rica. They have to know all of that so it doesn't dwindle. So that's what you want to do, is leave. For us, like I say, just speaking for me, is leaving, and my wife is leaving a legacy. Because that's all you have is your legacy and your last name. That's what we're doing for our last name. That's it. This is what it's all about. Anyhow, out brief time. One paycheck living. I explained to you the benefits of it. You have to do what's best for you. Working as a team. If it's 2 of you, you have to work as a team. You can't be going in opposite directions and thinking about, oh, well, what if we split up? If you're going to do that, then you keep it separate. That was never on the table. If it happened, but it didn't happen. Anyhow, passive income. True passive income. Not going out here with a side hustle and creating 7 jobs so you can get 7 streams of income like the millionaires have, but you're working 20 hours a day. No. We know what risk capital is. Money that you can use and lose. Budgeting every single dollar. You should know where every single dollar goes every single month. Making memories and enjoying experiences. That's what life is all about. And a big thing, of course, is to stay focused. Whew, that was a lot. Try not to get all deep on you. This is for informational, educational purposes only. This is never intended as any type of financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. I'm speaking from me, what me and my wife did to get us where we are at till today. Period. And always remember the 3. Investing, period. Don't matter what you're investing in. It's an individual endeavor. You do what's best for you, your family, and your family's finances. If you can only invest $1, then damn it, you do $1. If you can do 100, then you do 100. Get in where you fit in. Number 2, we have the best community, which is our 120,000 strong drippers. We have the best development team with Forex as the leader, BB, and the rest of the team. Number 3, increase your knowledge, reduce your risk. You cannot come home and sit down and watch. Well, no, you can. You have to make a choice. This is where it comes with the mindset. You're going to watch the football game, or you're going to listen to one of those audibles. Instead of listening to the football audible, why you're not listening to one of them audibles that can change your mindset, can change your life, can change your lifestyle, can change your family's legacy. That's what it comes down to. So it's in a matter of increasing your knowledge. And the more you learn, the more things you can do. If you didn't know what crypto was before, if you didn't know about drip, but you've watched the MPs, yeah, you're smarter than the other 119,400 drippers out there. Because my legends know exactly what's going on. They can operate anywhere in the drip ecosystem with confidence. No, we can't control the price. Drip could be $100 or $1 tomorrow. We don't have no control over that. But I guarantee I put money on any one of my 612 drippers or 22 drippers, legends, that they know exactly what's going on. Anyhow, so please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And legends, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to the MPs. Like I say, these were created for you. And it feels so good to read the comments. I'm going to have to do a separate DD just for the comments that I've gotten. You guys have no idea how good it feels when I wake up in the morning, because I put them out at 7 o'clock, of course, because it's number 7. And I want to give you something good to think about over breakfast, share some knowledge, to read. Man, you put up, like the one I had this morning. He said, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me keep talking. And it was the one on the taxes, I think, that came out today. The token supply. Excuse me. He said, the amount of information you give is insane. The amount of help. Appreciate everything you do. That's why I do what I do. Legends, you don't understand. You guys are everything. And when I see the comments, hey, I started one for my kids. Hey, I started one for my family members, even though they don't know about it, in case they need some money. Hey, I've hit these milestones. When you've hit 100 drip milestone, or 1,000 drip milestone, or your garden milestone, it is so encouraging. And that's what it's all about. Because I treat you guys the same way as my family. And that's why I create these MPs. Because there's so much knowledge and there's so many components to drip. I want to make sure that you have what you need to make a smart decision. You can't make a decision with half-assed information. You need the whole thing. Now, the drip total supply that came out today. If you watch the MP, now you know the difference between the circulating supply versus the total supply. So what if drip is minting the token? Now you know why. Let me stop. So for all of my legends, thank you for your time again. This video is going to self-destruct in 7 seconds. Legends, engage. Go get it.